Is there really only sand in the grinding wheel and cutting disc? Why can a thin cutting disc worth a few money cut all kinds of metal materials? Today we will take a look at how this inconspicuous but important grinding wheel cutting disc is made. First, the cutting disc is mixed according to the different needs of the raw materials. The workers put a certain proportion of aluminum oxide and iron oxide mixture into the mixer and stir. Aluminum oxide plays a major role in grinding in the cutting disc. During the high-speed friction process, the grinding surface will be worn away, thus forming a sharper edge to cut metal materials. Under the full stirring of the mixture is like wet sand on the seashore. Continue to stir fully to prepare the raw materials for cutting disc slices. Pour the raw materials from the mixer onto the sieve. Shake the sieve left and right to filter the powder particles, so that the mixed particles have a fine and uniform texture and filter out larger impurities. After filtering the mixed raw materials, the workers pack them in iron boxes and wait for use. On the other side, other colors of mixed materials are also produced to make another type of grinding wheel slices. Next we came to the molding workshop, where automated production lines are basically used. First, the fiberglass mesh is absorbed by the absorption wall and placed into the circular mold. This encrypted mesh can increase the strength of the entire cutting disc and prevent the disc from bursting easily, as in the beginning of the video. The mold with the mesh installed is transferred to the next step. The next step is the baking net. Two heaters similar to induction cookers heat the mold and mesh below. Heating is convenient for subsequent production, and the raw materials and mesh can stick better. Next, the mold is transported to the distilled hopper, and the machine automatically and evenly fills the mold with green raw materials. Workers shovel raw material powder into the feed port above the machine one shovel at a time. After the mold is filled with raw materials, it is smoothed by the rotation of a metal scraper, so that the mold is filled with green raw materials and the thickness is uniform. Next, place a small paper ring of product specifications in the center of each cutting disc, and then put on a plated steel ring with holes. The 4 holes on the steel ring can be installed and fixed on the rotating wheel. At the same time, the steel ring can also protect the rotating shaft of the cutting disc. Next, a solid iron handle is placed in each grinding wheel mold. The hydraulic press uses the iron handle to compact the raw materials in the mold. The material pressure per square centimeter in the mold is as high as 350 kilograms, which is equivalent to the weight of 30 cars. Next, take off the iron block on the cutting disc, and you will get a formed cutting disc. The cutting disc is now fully bonded to the grit steel ring. The pressed cutting disc will then be strung on an iron rod. Add an isolation protective sheet in the middle of each cutting disc, and add another piece of iron after every 5 cutting discs. In this way, all the cutting discs are slowly stacked together. The purpose of this is to prepare for the next step of sintering. The strung cutting discs will be put into an iron bucket and finally transported to the furnace. The temperature of the furnace will be gradually increased from 20 degrees Celsius to 200 degrees Celsius for 24 hours. This process can harden the resin and stick the various parts of the cutting disc. The cutting disc will become extremely hard after it comes out of the furnace. Skilled workers remove the iron sheets, and the cutting discs are ready. The workers install the cutting discs on the cutting machine to test its cutting performance. It has to be said that it is both cheap and durable.